Bluetooth speakers are always a genre that is very close to my heart because anything that lets you enjoy music with great sound quality and comes in a small package always floats my boat. Today we're taking a look at a super sleek offering from Edifier, and I honestly feel this one is built with a lot of finesse and class. So let's see if these are any good. Welcome to a review of the Edifier MP380. Hello, my name is Sean and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I do a lot of tech reviews as well as unboxing, and if that is something that interests you, do consider subscribing to this channel, leave a thumbs up on this video, as well as share this video to all your friends around. With that said, let's get on with a review of the Edifier MP380. So today's speakers are sent over to me for review by Edifier, and honestly holding this in my hands feels really premium and solid. This speaker retails for about US 72, and that's about 300 Malaysian ringgit. And honestly speaking, although this is not as pocketable as most Bluetooth speakers, the performance you're getting I think definitely outperforms many tiny Bluetooth speakers at this price range. So if you're interested in getting this speaker, please check out my links below. So the build quality of the MP380 is really nice and comes with a premium materials without the price tag. The entire chassis is made of aluminium alloy, which in my opinion is beautiful touch to this speaker. Especially on your desk, this speaker looks really classy. The main feature of this speaker is the perforated milled grills in the front, and at the top of the speaker is where you get that nice Edifier branding there, and it's just the perfect size, not too big, not too small. And if you flip it to the back, you get the Edifier logo, which honestly in this block of aluminum looks super classy. So on the right hand side of the speaker is where you get most of your controls, and it's frankly a very complete set of controls, very easy to figure out. So if you press the first button, it'll power on the speaker and you get a pretty nice sound going on. And pressing it once also toggles between the different inputs, so you're gonna get
TF card input, USB disk input, aux input, USB audio input, Bluetooth input.
So you can see that there are a lot of different inputs that you can use with this speaker, and we'll talk about inputs later on. And also if you double click on the power button, it'll read out the battery percentage.
Battery level about 70%.
So below that, you'll also be getting your volume up and volume down button, and that will also double as your track skipping forward and track skipping backwards. And you also get the play or pause button in the middle here. And if you double click on this, you'll be able to toggle between movie mode and music mode. So
movie mode, music mode.
At the bottom, you get a Bluetooth pairing button. So pretty simple stuff there. So on the left hand side, this is where you get all the array of inputs and outputs here, and you'll notice that there's quite a few USB ports here. This is because this is designed to sit on your desk and acts as a USB hub for your PC. So if you connect it to your PC, you can use the 3 USB-A on the right hand side here as your USB hub input, and in the middle here you will get your auxiliary input and your headphones out. And on the far left here, this is where you get your USB playback input, so you can plug a pen drive inside here and it will play back the music there. And below that, you will also have a micro SD card playback. The only part that I think this speaker lacks is a modern USB-C port, and still charges and connects to your PC through a micro USB port right around here. And when you plug it in, the LED will light up and tell you that it's charging. So the battery life of the MP380 is decent, not the strongest in the market, but gives you about 8 hours of continuous playback time. However, it doesn't compare with speakers like the Stormbox Pro, which kinda has 3 times the battery performance. Charging the speakers from empty will take about 2 hours and 45 minutes. So specs on this speaker is decent and comes with a Bluetooth 5.0 that supports the AAC and SBC audio codec. Pretty decent and sufficient for streaming services. And the speakers are also IPX7 water resistant rated, so it definitely can withstand your day at the pool. So IPX7 means you can submerge them up to 1 meter for about 30 minutes, but the proper use case is more splash resistant since no speaker will sound good underwater. So the speaker also comes with two 48mm full frequency dynamic drivers, but doesn't come with any woofer. However, in the middle of the unit is a passive radiator which helps a lot with bass reproduction. Lastly, if you have more of these speakers, you can't daisy chain them, and there is also no multi-point connectivity on this speaker. So from my test, I noticed that there is a very specific genre of music that sounds good with this speaker, and that genre is jazz or rock. It's perhaps the array of instruments in those songs that makes the speaker sound full and dynamic, and oddly, this is mostly to jazz, and switching to pop music doesn't bring out the best in this speaker, but I do acknowledge that sometimes pop songs and their high compression rate tends to be a little sloppier, especially music from the early 90s or the early 2000s. Switching to some rock genre like the Bohemian Rhapsody is a satisfying affair, and there's specifically two things I hear from these songs: the knock on the piano key and the bass guitars. All of those sounds are present using this speaker, and one thing however I notice is that vocals are pushed slightly back with this speaker, making the instruments sound a lot more forward than the vocals. Last thing that I want to highlight with this speaker is with some deeper bass notes, you hear the rattle in the speaker, maybe because of the lack of solid wood cabinet and the thinner aluminium chassis that is used here, which is causing the rattle, so something to take note there.
So this is a test to see if the Edifier MP380 is a good speaker for making phone calls. So this is me speaking in a relatively quiet environment, and this is the call quality that you can expect. So what I'm going to do now is to turn on a simulated background noise so you can hear a difference. So now there's a simulated background noise playing in the background, and this is the call quality that you can expect from this speaker. So what do you think of the call quality? Let me know in the comment section down below.
So latency performance on this is honestly not the lowest. Movies and videos still fares pretty well, but when you're gaming with this speaker, you'll notice the lag. So if you care about your gunfire syncing with the sound in PUBG, then this speaker might not be for you. Anyways, let's take a look at the latency performance of this speaker. So ultimately, who is this speaker for? And if you look for a simple, clean solution for your desk, don't want a complicated satellite speaker setup, and listen to very specific music genres like jazz or rock, then I think this speaker works very well for you. Else, do check out my playlist here for many other speakers you can consider. So that is it for this review. If you find this video helpful, smash that thumbs up button, share this video everywhere, and if you haven't yet subscribed, do consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video.